In the heart of the scriptures, nestled within the Old Testament, we find a fascinating concept, the Nazirite vow. This wasn't just a casual promise or a fleeting resolution. It was a profound and voluntary pledge made by a man or woman to dedicate themselves wholly to God. At this juncture, you might wonder, what did the Nazirite vow entail? What were the stipulations that guided this sacred commitment? Well, the Nazirite vow was steeped in three distinct prohibitions, each symbolizing a facet of spiritual discipline and devotion. Firstly, the Nazirite was to abstain from wine and other fermented drinks. This was not merely about physical sobriety, but it pointed towards a deeper spiritual sobriety, a clear-mindedness and focus on God. The second prohibition was about not cutting their hair. The growing hair of the Nazirite was a visible sign of their vow, a constant reminder of their dedication to God. It was a public declaration of their commitment, a testimony to the world around them. Lastly, the Nazirite was to avoid any contact with the dead. Even if a family member passed away, the Nazirite could not partake in the burial rites. This might seem harsh, but it underscored the Nazirite's complete separation from the world, even from the most natural of human experiences. Each of these prohibitions carried profound significance. They were not arbitrary rules, but pathways that guided the Nazirite to a life of heightened spiritual awareness and dedication, a life of purity, commitment, and profound devotion. So we see that the life of a Nazirite wasn't a walk in the park. It was a journey fraught with challenges and sacrifices, but it was also a journey chosen with purpose, a life lived with an unwavering focus on God. A Nazirite's life wasn't easy, but it was a life chosen with purpose and devotion. Let's explore how this vow unfolds in the book of Numbers, chapter 6. The rituals and regulations surrounding the Nazirite vow are detailed and profound. Let's dive deeper to understand them. The Nazirite vow is a voluntary dedication of oneself to God, a pledge to live under specific regulations for a set period. The initiation of the vow is simple. Anyone, man or woman, can take it up at any time, for any length, from a month to a lifetime. Once the vow is taken, the Nazirite must abstain from wine and any product of the grapevine, from the seed to the skin. They must also avoid any form of intoxicating drink. This prohibition symbolizes the avoidance of worldly pleasures and the pursuit of spiritual purity. Moreover, a Nazirite cannot cut their hair throughout the vow period. This unshorn hair growing freely serves as a public, physical symbol of their dedication to God. It's a constant reminder of their vow and the sanctity attached to it. However, the vow could be nullified by accidental defilement, such as coming into contact with a dead body. In such a case, the Nazirite must undergo a 7-day purification process. On the 7th day, they shave their head and offer 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, to atone for their defilement. At the end of the vow period, the Nazirite must present specific sacrifices to the Lord: a male lamb for a burnt offering, a ewe lamb for a sin offering, and a ram for a peace offering, along with a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, and their libations. After these sacrifices, the Nazirite shaves their dedicated hair at the entrance of the tent of meeting and places it on the same fire where the peace offering is cooked. This signals the completion of their vow and their return to ordinary life. These rituals and regulations might seem complex, but they convey a profound message about dedication and purity. The priestly blessing, also known as the Aaronic benediction, is a timeless treasure found in the book of Numbers, chapter 6. Let's unfold its beauty. This blessing, bestowed by Aaron and his sons upon the Israelites, is one of the most profound moments captured in Scripture. Its words have resonated throughout the ages, and its significance is as potent today as it was then. The priestly blessing begins with the "Lord bless you and keep you." Here, Aaron calls upon God to bestow his divine favor and protection upon the people. It's a petition for God's guidance and safeguarding, a plea for his constant and unwavering presence. The second line, "The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you," is a beautiful invocation for God's grace. It's a desire for God to look kindly upon his people, to fill their lives with his mercy and compassion. It's an appeal for the light of God's countenance, a symbol of his love and approval to shine upon them. The final line, "The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace," is a request for God's peace. It's a prayer that God would turn his face towards his people, a gesture that signifies approval and acceptance. It's a wish for God's peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, to fill their hearts and minds. This blessing, though centuries old, is still used in religious ceremonies today. It continues to be a powerful tool for invoking God's favor, grace, and peace. Its words are often recited at weddings, baptisms, and other significant religious milestones. It's a blessing that transcends time, culture, and denomination, reaching deep into the hearts of all who hear it. The priestly blessing, a divine proclamation of peace and prosperity, continues to echo through the ages, reminding us of our heritage and our covenant with God. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.